Mari Wells starts and gets minutes, she starts to become more comfortable after missing so many games in the fall with the meniscus injury. Ball deflected. It looked like it was kicked by Demisha Mills. Pirates come away with the steal, though. Coney hands off to Mills. She'll drive right to the basket and get it to Wells. Wells puts it up and in.
One thing he's noticed here in the first 2 minutes is the Pirates are quicker than Georgia Southwestern. You can see it already when they're going to the basket.
So do 2 baskets by Mari Wells, and the Pirates lead it 4-0. Dayton drives past Tyler Carlson, floats it up off the glass, and scores.
Good move to the basket there for Southwestern's first 2 points, 4-2 now.
Dayton was a mid-season or a December addition. This is just her 7th appearance for the Hurricanes. Coney kicks it off to Wells at the elbow for 2. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Morrow for Georgia Southwestern. And we got a player hobbled for Southwestern, and it looks like it's Jasmine McSwain, who is the leading scorer for the Hurricanes. She averages 13.3 points per game. She's going to have to come out, and coming in is Brianna Walker.
I didn't see what happened, Chad. I was looking this way up the court.
Well, she was on the floor when the basket was missed by the Pirates. Morrow got the rebound and basically dribbled around her to get the break underway. As a shot is up and no good, but the rebound is up, no good again
third
by
chance.
Merriweather, and another offensive rebound. Merriweather had a crack at it, so did Walker. Morrow drives, floats it up, it's no good, and a ball is knocked out of bounds by Walker. And it'll be over to the Pirates, and McSwain trying to test that right leg over on the bench. Still limping pretty noticeably.
Yeah.
She may have just came down on another player's foot. Little screen by the Pirates, comes out to Wells, kicks it out to Klawicki McNutt for 3, no good. And the rebound comes down to Walker for Georgia Southwestern. Good look.
Yeah, almost dropped it. Looked like it was going to and rolled out.
Walker will put up a high arcing 3 that misses everything. Rebound Mills, and a foul as Mills, with the contact by Walker, will give it to Armstrong.
Coach Kelly Britsky gave the kind of, what was that look? Probably not the shot selection she was looking for on that trip, but.
So the Pirates will inbound it. McSwain looking a little better over on the bench. Doesn't look like it's serious. She'll come back in, I'm sure, shortly. Carlson kicks it off to Klawicki McNutt, out to Mills. Mills spins, kicks it off to Klawicki McNutt. She'll drive, float it up, it's no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds off of the Pirates. Coach Schmidt wanting the foul, none called, as sub for the Hurricanes, Shanice Sheffield, a junior from Atlanta, Georgia, comes in. (4-2) our score. We're almost 4 minutes in here. Georgia Southwestern with it. Dayton, nice move, but then she tries to pass it to Merriweather. It ends up with the Pirates. And Mills running the floor, can't get it to go, but there's Klawicki McNutt for the rebound and the layup.
Good job following up the first shot by Klawicki McNutt, and then they were able to convert because Mills had a good move to the basket. But
another three-pointer is no good by Walker, or excuse me, that's by Merriweather. Klawicki McNutt in transition, open 2 is no good, but there's Wells for the rebound. She puts it up, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Georgia Southwestern, Sheffield, and a ball goes out of bounds.
A little bit sloppy here for the Hurricanes early. A couple quick shot selections coming down the floor, which is allowed with the long rebounds and transitions.
Brianna Davis checks in for the Pirates, and McSwain is back into the lineup now for the Hurricanes, as is Otisha Burden, a junior from Columbus.
I think he tried to test and see how that ankle feels and see if he can get the ball. And
Coney flips it off to Wells, or excuse me, to Mills. Now a floater by Brianna Davis from a tough angle is good. And it's 8-2. So for baskets by the Pirates.
Yeah.
And Davis able to get on the board as back the other way. Miss Swain, no ill effects of that ankle. She drove to the basket and laid it in.
Didn't look like it there, did it?
Mills underhands it, and a foul on the floor. That's twice that Mills is connected with Wells on a pass, but a foul's been called. The first time it was offensive on Mills. This time it's defensive against Georgia Southwestern, and we've reached our first media timeout of the half. 14:45 to go until halftime. 8-4, Pirates lead. Chad Jackson, Eric Faulkner back with you here at Alumni Arena. Armstrong with the basketball, leading at 8-4. Carolina Rakowska and Dee Hayward into the lineup for the Pirates. Pirates shooting 33%, but Georgia Southwestern just 25%. Davis for three is no good, but there's Mills for the rebound, and it finally drops. That ball laid on the rim for at least 2 seconds and finally dropped through. That's 2 offensive rebounds and buckets for the Pirates here.
Yeah, sometimes you see the ball get stuck underneath. I thought it was going to stuck laying on top of the rim for a second.
3 try by Sheffield, no good. Rebound Pirates. Davis for 2, no good. There's another offensive rebound. This time Rakowska with it, and she is fouled, trying to put it back up. And the foul is called. Danielle Jones, a freshman from Valdosta, guilty of the contact, which will send Rakowska to the line for 2.
Davis looking to shoot, but a little unfortunate because she had 2 good looks and it kind of just rolled out. But
first free throw is good for Rakowska. Green checks back in to the lineup for Georgia Southwestern. Rakowska averaging 7 points per game, but she is an 83% free throw shooter. Another one of those players is the second one is good. You talk about being inconsistent.
Yeah, she had 18 one night. I remember that game.
She has not had double figure. In fact, she's only had 4 points since that 18-point game in 3 games. Three-pointer no good for Georgia Southwestern, but another offensive rebound. This time it's Jones with it in her hands. Gets it out to Sheffield. Now McSwain with it, guarded by Rakowska. Inside ball in the hands of Burden, and 2 is no good. Rakowska with the rebound. Hayward bounce pass to Rakowska, who lays it up and in. And a timeout, 30-second timeout called by head coach Kelly Brisky of Georgia Southwestern.
For Coach Matt Schmidt, that's definitely the start you're looking for. Got 10-point lead here at 13-25. Southwestern just really struggling from the floor.
And I know the shooting percentage isn't good, but the encouraging sign is that the Pirates are not settling for the threes. We've seen it many times this year. They just start putting up three-pointers in an attempt to try and get points in bunches.
The ball movement's been better. They're aggressive going to the rim. I think, that kind of thing. They've been spreading the floor a little bit. Southwestern just seems out of rhythm. They're taking bad shots and not falling, shooting 20%. Like you said, Chad, we're only shooting 33.3%, or 37.5 now. It's enough to hit it. So far, good start for the Armstrong.
14-4 lead, 13:24 to go in the half. Jones drives around Hayward, now brings it back out, and then loses the basketball. And
another turnover.
Hayward, from her feet, gets it. Nice feed to Carlson,
Great
who
pass.
puts it up and in.
Great pass there. That just touched it over the top, landed right in there. That was Joe Flacco-like.
Definitely not Tom Brady-like.
Definitely not Tom Brady.
Another ball deflected, but Green stays with it for Georgia Southwestern. Now Sheffield gives off to Jones inside, and a travel called against Otisha Burden. That is the 5th turnover now for the Hurricanes. Dayton and Merriweather back into the lineup for the Hurricanes. And Candace Carreras checks in for her first action for the Pirates. Hayward hands off to Davis, back inside to Rakowska. One-on-one, looking for a feed. Now has to give it out to Davis, 13 on the shot clock. Carlson drives, lays it up, can't get it to go, never got above the rim. Rebound Merriweather for Georgia Southwestern. Dayton underhands it to McSwain, who lays it up and in. Dayton's had 2 pretty good drives to the basket here for Georgia Southwestern. She's really been their most impressive player so far. Davis out to Carreras. She'll put up a 3-pointer. She's fouled and it almost banked in, but she is going to take 3 free throws for the Pirates.
Oh yeah, got
bailed
out there.
McSwain.
Like on the shot, the old 3-point attempt from the line.
Carreras, 54% from the line, 13 of 24, makes the first.
I wonder if there's any mascot labor laws in the state of Georgia. Captain George has had a full day.
Second free throw is good. Captain George, he's used to long days out on sea, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's nothing to be inside in the air conditioning.
Tori Chloe McNutt back into the lineup. Carreras' 3rd free throw, no good. She makes 2 of 3. Rebound comes down to the Hurricanes. Dayton with it. Dribbles right. Now tries to feed it inside, but the only person open was Jones. Dayton gets it back in front of the Pirate bench. Spins. Puts it up, no good, and Hayward gets the rebound for the Pirates. Full court pass for Chloe McNutt, who lays it up and in. That's 2 great full court passes from Hayward, resulting in baskets.
Yeah, hitting the player in stride so they can just keep their movement towards the basket.
Quick first step for McSwain, and she draws the contact on Carreras. And McSwain will shoot 2.
Pirates look good on the defensive end as well, Chad. There's a lot of work off the ball, and they're getting their feet moving across to cut off the angles to help Georgia Southwestern not be able to penetrate so easily. So obviously the offensive end looking good, defensive end looking good as well.
McSwain, 2 free throws, 74% on the season. She is the leading scorer for Georgia Southwestern, averaging 13.3 points per game. First one is good, which gives her 5 of Georgia Southwestern's 7 points here so far in this game. Dayton, the only other player with points for the Hurricanes right now. Second free throw is good. 20-8, Pirates lead, 11-11 to go in the first half. Hayward hands off to Chloe McNutt. Now Davis passes up the 3, drives, and a legal screen is going to be called against Candace Carreras. Oh no, excuse me. Carol Rakowska gets called for the foul. So that turnover will give it back to Georgia Southwestern. Only 2 turnovers for the Pirates, and both on offensive fouls. So the ball handler's really doing a nice job tonight. Dayton floats it up off the glass, no good, and a rebounding foul against Hayward will keep it with the Hurricanes.
We always go into every game talking about turnovers, and like you said, it's been doing a pretty good job so far.
Dayton for 2, no good. Rebound tipped by Carreras. She tips it to herself. 3-on-2 break. Now Davis, her shot is blocked by Morrow, and a jump ball will keep it with Georgia Southwestern, but Missed shot by Davis, block by the diminutive Kelly Morrow.
I think the key for Southwestern, Shaz, they got to keep this game around that 10-point mark if they're going to.
Can't let things get out of control like they did on Saturday at Flagler. Burden and Green back into the lineup, or excuse me, Sheffield back into the lineup for Georgia Southwestern, and Stephanie Coney is back into the lineup for the Pirates. Shot is up and no good, but a rebound. Burden gets her own miss. Second try, no good. Carreras with a rebound. Coney picks up the loose ball, gives off to Carreras. She'll spin, kick it out to Davis. Now Coney around to Kawicki McNutt. Great drive to the basket as she lays it up and in. All kinds of room for her on the right side.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness. They just look quick tonight.
22-8, we're under 10 to play in the half. Sheffield kicks it off. Three-pointer by McSwain. In and out, no good. Rebound Davis. No one can make a three, either team right now. Coney out to Davis, back to Coney. Now Kawicki McNutt will drive and lose the basketball and kicks it right to McSwain. McSwain on the run. Gives off to Morrow, and she'll back it out. Dayton for three, catch and release, no good. Rebound Davis. Davis 1-on-3. Now she'll wisely wait for her teammates to show up. Kawicki McNutt to Davis. Davis at the elbow. Shot is up, no good. Tried to spin it in, and the rebound comes down to Burden. Sheffield coast to coast, lays it up, no good. Rebound to Carreras. Carreras drives, shoots it up, can't get it to go, and an offensive foul called. Yes, an offensive foul called against Carreras.
Mass substitution is Mills, Carson.
And we've reached our media timeout. 8:44 to go until halftime. Pirates lead at 22-8. Chad Jackson, Eric Faulkner back with you at Alumni Arena. Armstrong leads Georgia Southwestern 22-8. Demisha Mills, Mari Wells, Tyler Carlson back into the lineup for the Pirates. Armstrong shooting 40.9%. Georgia Southwestern 15%. 3 of 20 are the Hurricanes offensively. But Georgia Southwestern has the basketball here with Morrow. Guarded by Coney. Now Sheffield with it. Back around to Dayton. Skip pass to Sheffield. 7 on the shot clock. And then Sheffield's pass is stolen by Kawicki McNutt. 7th turnover for the Hurricanes. Mills drives, underhands it to Wells, and Wells cannot handle the pass. It's out of bounds over to the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's kind of congested in there as she dished it off. And
I really thought she was going to shoot that rather than dump it off to Wells, but
Maury felt the same thing as you weren't necessarily expecting that passes.
Eight minutes to go until the break. Dayton out to Sheffield. Now Morrow lobs it inside to Walker. She drives in on Wells, puts up the little two. It's no good. Carlson with the rebound. You get a sense, Eric, that if the Pirates can put a real run here at the end of the half, they can really put this game away early. But right now, Georgia Southwestern is kind of hanging around. Mills to Carlson. Out to Kloicki McNutt, 10 on the shot clock. Coney drives, floats up a shot. It's off the side of the backboard and goes to Wells. Wells scores and draws the foul. I'm not really sure what happened. It looked like at one point the Hurricanes had that ball, but
it just kind of slipped down and they got
Wells
a handle on it. Wells just kind of picked it up
ground.
off the ground, but you know, it's 24-8. It's kind of like a boxing match where you're just hitting the body, and eventually they say that, you know, the rest will come down, and it's getting away from Georgia Southwestern. It's been very methodical in that process by the Pirates.
So Wells will try and complete the three-point play. The free throw is good.
Score line very kind of similar with the scoring for Armstrong to the Francis Marion game, where you started to have a lot of people on the board.
Yep. Morrow to Sheffield. Now McSwain will put up a high arcing three, no good. Rebound, Kloicki McNutt. Georgia Southwestern ice cold right now. From the floor, down around 12%. Coney to Mills. Inside Wells. Wells spins. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Merriweather for Georgia Southwestern. Dayton brings it up quickly. Little miscommunication there defensively, and Sheffield gets fouled, and they're arguing that Sheffield was out of control. Wells looked like she was in proper position, but it will be two free throws for Shanice Sheffield, the junior from Atlanta.
As you said, Chad, shoot about 12%. That's okay in the sport I coach, soccer. Basketball, not so much.
Not a recipe for success.
No.
First free throw is good. Georgia Southwestern has been good from the free throw line, 3 of 3 now. As Sheffield will shoot the second. Up and good. So 4 free throws and 3 baskets for Georgia Southwestern in this game. It's 25-10. 6:35 to go in the half. Kloicki McNutt guarded by McSwain. Out to Carlson. She'll put up the three-pointer. No, go it. It's good.
Something about that left side
like
of the basket.
Denisha Mills just rested on that rim. That rim's got a little stickum on it, I think. Well, Georgia Southwestern will enjoy that in the second half. That rim's been very friendly to the Pirates here in the first half. Dayton for 3 is no good, and a rebounding foul against Georgia Southwestern will give it to the Pirates, and that's going to be on 23. It was away from the player who got the rebound. It was, 22. It was McSwain battling with Mills. That was I think they put up 23, and there is no number 23. I think they're going to correct that. And now they'll say it was on 25, so.
Lead 28-10 now. So 18-point spread here.
Coney to Mills, over to Carlson. By the way, that three-pointer by Carlson, the first for either team, and now Coney drains a 3. 2 of 4 are the Pirates, whereas Georgia Southwestern 0 for 8. And it's 31-10, and just like we said, Eric, get on that run at the end of the half and really put a team away early. McSwain loses it out of bounds, trying to get around Carlson. Carlson had good defensive position.
Everyone but D. Hayward has points now for the Pirates that has played in this game so far, so. Look at a quick glimpse at the Georgia Southwestern roster, a little bit younger.
Yeah,
a lot
just
of freshmen and sophomores, so I'm assuming they graduated some players from last year's team.
Yeah, their team last year was very senior laden, played very well, had basically their best year since they came into the Peach Belt. As Cloaky McNutt for three is no good. Loose ball comes down, and finally Jones will get it on the scramble. Sheffield drives, almost runs into her teammate. Now gives it off to Morrow. Under 5 to play in the half. And Coney steals the pass from Morrow, but steps out of bounds.
But, you know, we talked about it. The defensive intensity is stronger tonight. You know, a little bit more confidence, it looks like, coming into this game. And they're working hard defensively, and it's really created havoc for Southwestern. I think that's a lot to do with the poor shooting percentage as well as Armstrong's defensive effort.
Morrow takes the inbounds pass, hands off to Jones. She'll drive, kick it off to Sheffield. She thought about the three, but passed it up. And you see that with teams when you know a team hasn't made one yet, start to get a little gun shy, even though they may be very good looks. They lack the confidence. As that long two is no good by Morrow. Wells with the rebound. You start to doubt yourself a little bit, and then you just passing the ball around hoping someone else takes a shot. Mills, shot fake, gives it off to Carlson. She'll drive. Give it to the baseline to Mills. Skip pass to Coney. Quick first step, kicks it off to Carlson. Now Cloaky McNutt tries to pass, and Mills was open on the baseline, but Cloaky McNutt was fouled on the floor, and that's going to be 1-1 for Cloaky McNutt and the Pirates. Green checks in for the Pirates, or excuse me, for the Hurricanes, and Hannah Bognar will check in for the Pirates. Wells with a good first half, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and a timeout called by Georgia Southwestern. Full timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. 4:05 to go until the break. 31-10, Pirates lead. Chad Jackson, Eric Faulkner back with you here at Alumni Arena. 4:05 to go until halftime, and Armstrong at the free throw line with Tori Cloaky McNutt. The junior from DeWitt, Michigan, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists so far tonight. Shooting 1-1, her first free throw is good. Pirates have also been pretty good at the free throw line so far tonight. 6 of 7 are the Pirates. McSwain back into the game for Georgia Southwestern. Second free throw from Cloaky McNutt is good. And Brianna Davis will check in for Cloaky McNutt. 33-10. Armstrong leading it. 4 minutes to go. Jones gives it to Merriweather. She wants to drive against Bognar, but she throws it off the bottom of the rim. Then Bognar blocks the follow-up shot by Love. Pirates get the rebound. Eric, you'd love to see Bognar get back to her pre-concussion form, because that's really when the Pirates were playing well at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, she looked good at the beginning of the year, but Sometimes it takes a long time, not just to get back from the concussion, but just mentally and physically and all those other things.
Carlson inside to Bognar. Bounce pass, and it's stolen. Trying to find Mills on the baseline. And an offensive foul called as Jones plunges into Stephanie Coney, and Coney draws the offensive foul.
Have to be pleased, Coach Schmidt, with a 23-point lead as we move towards halftime. Exactly what I'm sure he wanted.
Well, looking at the score from what happened on Saturday, you knew that there was a chance this could happen, and that's a good pass there by Bognar to Mills, but Mills couldn't get the basket. And Mills
That's not good.
Collided with the Georgia Southwestern player and Bognar. 3 players down on the ground, and
grabbing her
Mills is
left ankle, I think, Chad, from a forearm, or maybe it's, yeah, it looks like it's a lower leg. Which would be a huge blow to the Pirates.
Well, you hope it was like the earlier injury to McSwain where she was able to just.
Let's see. Yeah.
Well, she's putting a little
weight on
it,
so let's say.
Not a lot, but
not
a little.
Anymore, yeah.
But she is
that's a
going
good
to
sign there.
Get a little help off the court. I mean, the good news is it's a game where you have a lead and maybe you don't need her the rest of the way, but obviously you want to hope that she is okay for the future. As Carol Wachowska is going to check in. It's going to be 1-1, so shooting free throws for Georgia Southwestern will be number 20, Quantisha Love, freshman from Moultrie, Georgia. Free throw is no good. Rakowska with the rebound there for the Pirates.
Good move by Rakowska to pull that ball down that she was about to pass. He telegraphed it a little bit and pulled it back in.
Carlson for Coney. 13 on the shot clock. Davis for 3, no good. Bognar keeps the play alive and gets the rebound. Fresh 30 for the Pirates. Pirates with a slim rebounding lead. As Carlson for 3 is good. And Carlson now with 8.
She was another player early on, Chad, in the season, was very sharp.
McSwain shot up no good. She had to double clutch a bit because Bognar was there. And a travel called as Rakowska was tied up with Love for the basketball. Thought they were going to call a jump ball, but instead they called Rakowska with the travel. So Georgia Southwestern will take it from underneath its own basket. Under 2 to play in the half. And a ball goes out of bounds into the Pirate bench off of Armstrong. See Mills over there on the bench testing that leg, but she's obviously putting weight on it.
It looked really, hopefully something serious when she first went down, and she kind of heard a little bit of a scream, so. But she's putting weight on it over there in the corner.
Ball deflected. Dayton gets it. 7 on the shot clock. Dayton for 3, no good. Rebound Bognar for the Pirates. Coney to Carlson. Thought about the 3, now puts up the 2. It's good. Tyler Carlson in double figures.
Starting to heat up.
10 points for the Richmond Hill native.
Yeah, local product. Always has her fans right across the way from us.
And Georgia Southwestern finally gets a bucket as Merriweather gets the basket, and that is Georgia Southwestern's first points since the 6:26 mark. So a 6-minute scoreless drought.
Yeah, 12 points with a little over a minute left. That's not going to win you too many games. So
30-second timeout called by the Pirates, leading it 38-12. Pirates will hit the road. They'll be next in action on Saturday as they make the long journey to Montevallo to play the Falcons. We'll be back here a week from Thursday to take on Augusta State in really a key Peach Belt matchup. And again, you hope that you get a win here, start to get on a run and start that drive towards getting into the Peach Belt tournament. Rakowska tries to pass it to Marissa Rimbert. And we got a foul underneath the basket. I think Carlson was fouled by Georgia Southwestern. And Tyler Carlson will shoot 1 and 1. Marissa Rimbert into the game for the Pirates for her first action, as Carlson's first free throw is good. Rimbert has not played since the Francis Marion win. Second free throw good. And Carlson now has 12. Most points for Tyler Carlson this season, her previous high of 11, set twice against Saginaw Valley and against Trinity Baptist. But again, it's not just Carlson doing the scoring, as you said.
No, it's reminiscent of the Francis Marion game. We had balance across the board, and you ended up with several players in double figures. I suspect that probably will happen tonight as well. Good block there by Rimbert.
Rimbert blocks the shot of Jones, and the jump ball will give it to the Pirates with 42.8 seconds left.
But we said this in the intros. It's just strange. It's always someone else, and it's never consistent amongst it.
We thought it was going to be Davis at the beginning of the year, but she has really cooled off, and since then they really haven't had that one big-time scorer that can give you 15 each night. McSwain for 3, no good. Rebound, Rakowska gets it out to Carlson. Carlson does a good job getting around Jones. And now the Pirates will back it out for the last shot. 13 seconds left on the clock.
D. Hayward needs to take this so she can get on the board. Here it is, maybe.
Hayward to Rakowska, and she's picked from behind by Dayton, and that will be the end of the half. But perhaps definitely the best defensive half of the season for the Pirates, and one of their best offensive halves. 40-12, Pirates lead it as we head into halftime.
Yeah, it's a good first half. Shooting 90% from the free throw line, so gotta be pleased with that. So, like you said, 40-12. We'll come back in the second half.
All right, we'll be back with a look at the first half stats and bring you the second half of action. You're listening to and watching Armstrong Pirate Basketball. Chad Jackson, Eric Faulkner, back with you here at Alumni Arena, where Armstrong leads Georgia Southwestern 40-12. Here's a look at the first half statistics. First for Georgia Southwestern, the Hurricanes 4 of 31 from the field. That's 12.9%. 0 for 9 from three-point range, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Jasmine McSwain, 6 points leading the way, scoring half of the Hurricanes' points there in the first half. Armstrong shooting 42.4%, 14 of 33, 3 of 7 from three-point range, 42.9%, and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Tyler Carlson leading the way, 12 points, 4 of 5 from the floor, 2 3-pointers on 2 attempts, and also 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Tori Kloikimina with 8 and Mari Wells with 7. Pirates dominating all of the other categories, 18-6 points in paint, 11-0 on points off turnovers, 13-0 in second chance points. It really just has been a half to forget for the Hurricanes and one of the better halves of basketball for the Pirates.
Yeah, we talked about coming in that both teams have been struggling in conference play with just a win apiece. Season's not necessarily going in the direction neither one would want. And, you know, someone obviously could maybe get a little bit of momentum from tonight's game, and it's been all Armstrong. Really, like you said, Chad, the only good news for Georgia Southwestern, it looks like, is that there's 20 minutes left in this game.
Other scores from around the Peach Belt. North Georgia leads number 3 ranked USC Aiken 24-17 at halftime. Clayton State, who's ranked 4th, leads Francis Marion 46-33. Other action from earlier today, Flagler beat Columbus State 89-72. Young Harris beat Lander 75-62. UNC Pembroke beat Montevallo 61-53. And Augusta State leads Georgia College 23-21 at the half. Of course, Augusta State will be the next home opponent for the Pirates, which comes your way a week from Thursday.
Some opponents that they've recently played. Right, they were up at Augusta
last Saturday,
so coming around quickly again, kind of like Francis Marion did.
Yeah, it was about 10 days separating Francis Marion, the meeting here with the meeting there, which of course got postponed after.
Looking at the schedules, that's going to be hard, you know, fitting that, continuation of that game and for the men to play their complete game in, which will factor in again to.
Well, and the thing is, Peach Belt Conference schedules are made by the league, so it's not like the two coaches can just decide to play, and you have both teams to consider.
Got to figure it out, right?
So
hasn't happened yet, has it?
It has not happened. We still do not know when that game will be made up. On both sides, the continuation of the women's game and the rescheduling of the men's game. And with with it being a holiday weekend, a lot of opportunity for the two schools to have discussion of what was going to happen. But as soon as we know, you will know. We invite you to keep it on ArmstrongPirates.com for all the latest news with Armstrong Athletics. Of course, now we're less than 2 weeks away from the opening of the spring sports season. Georgia Southwestern with the basketball to begin the second half. Little floaters, no good by Sheffield. Rebound comes down to the Pirates. And then that ball thrown way high by Kloike McNutt looking for Mills. It's a good sign that she's back out on the court after.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving well, too.
First half injury.
Maybe just more of a scare than anything.
Free throw line jumper is good for Danielle Jones.
Southwestern shooting on the Stickum rim, right?
That's right.
So that one didn't need it, though.
No, that was straight through. So Georgia Southwestern strikes first here in the second half. Mills with it inside to Wells. Wells. Shot is up, no good, but she's fouled in the process by Merriweather. That is her 3rd foul.
Yeah.
By the way, Southwestern did have 3 players with 2 fouls at the half, Dayton, Merriweather, and Jones, and now Merriweather is the first player with 3 fouls.
Yeah, you made a good point. Obviously, I didn't see the last 2 games, but a lot of settling for outside shots quickly. If Wells in the lineup, they need to keep banging it down low to her, because if she doesn't convert it, she usually gets fouled.
Yep.
And if she misses sometimes, she gets her own rebound. So I think, they need to keep dumping inside, and that's productive for them.
Wells makes both free throws. She now has 9. And it's 42-14. Love shoots it up off the glass, no good. Mills crashes in for the rebound. Mills, little deny, and Coney ends up getting free for the layup. That's what happens when you try to deny the point guard like that. It creates all sorts of space. And that time Coney took advantage.
Coney, not known for scoring points, now has 5.
She had a season high 14 on Saturday. Shot no good. Carlson with the rebound. Quick outlet to Cloyke McNutt. Lobs it to Mills, and Mills is fouled. And she will go to the line to shoot 2. So Demisha Mills to the line, which has been a struggle this year, but she's shooting better this season than last. Still right around 42% from the line. First free throw is an air ball. Dayton into the game, as is Kelly Morrow. Second free throw. No good. Rebound McSwain for Georgia Southwestern. And then ball deflected,
Oh, good
and
play.
Mills comes up with it. It was Carlson keeping it alive, and Mills gets the layup.
Carlson got that first initial almost steal, but then didn't quite get it and kept it alive again. So good hustle by Carlson. Good finish by Mills.
2 minutes into the second half, and the Pirates extend the lead as Merriweather over Mills. No good. Wells gets the rebound.
That's her 10th of the game.
Cloyke McNutt out to Wells. Now Carlson steps in. Mid-range jumper, no good. And the rebound will be run down by Coney. Keeps it from going out of bounds. Mills drives and gets stripped and fouled by Merriweather, and that's her 4th. Actually, it's her 3rd. They gave the foul earlier to Jones that I thought was going to be on Merriweather, but still she has 3, and now Jones has 3. As Mills will go back to the line. First free throw, no good. Walker and Burden back into the lineup for Georgia Southwestern as head coach Kelly Brisky just trying to find any lineup whatsoever to give the Hurricanes some offense. Second free throw, good. So Mills makes 1 of 2, and now Candace Carreras will check in for Mills.
Southwestern just cannot buy a basket. They're struggling.
14.3% from the floor as that one is deflected, and Cloyke McNutt gets the steal. Carlson lays it up, scores, and draws the foul.
Carlson now with 14 and have a chance to go to 15 points.
And that foul was on Quantisha Love, but now the Pirates starting to use offense from defense, getting some turnovers, getting some points in transition. Free throw good, and Carlson, real nice game here for the Pirates. 15 leads all players.
I think a positive for Coach Schmidt here in the second half is in the Francis Marion game, they let up.
Yes.
And they have not let up in this one. And so you're looking at it as, you know, I'm sure he said at halftime, we need to play 40 minutes, not 30 minutes, not 20 minutes, but we got to play 40. And they haven't really done that this year, and that's, you know, that's why they're in the shape they're in. But tonight, so far, very good.
Turnover by Georgia Southwestern. Pirates get the ball back. Cloyke McNutt looking inside for Carlson, shoots it off the side of the backboard. Rebound comes down to Walker. Here comes Georgia Southwestern. Dayton from the elbow. Shot is up, no good. No love from the rim there. on that one. Carlson gets the rebound.
Carlson's all over the place. She's feeling it.
15 points, 5 rebounds.
Hustling back, getting rebounds.
The Mars Hill transfer, also a couple steals. Yeah. Coney, nice drive to the basket.
She's starting to feel it as well. Got a quick first step, Coney does.
Now Love drives, skips it out to Clayton. Walker out to Love for 3, no good. Offensive rebound and a foul on that rebound by the Pirates.
Yep.
It's on Kawicki McNutt. It'll be ball out of bounds to the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Kawicki McNutt was out of position there and try to make something happen defensively, but yeah, we're seeing things like, we saw early in the year. Coney's explosiveness. We're seeing that tonight going to the rim or making things happen. Carlson's hustle, which was such a great attribute.
Jump ball, but the ball tied up. We'll give it to the Pirates. D. Hayward in on it with Burden. So the Pirates will take over. Rakowska into the lineup for the Pirates. (52-14). As coming into the game will be Shanice Sheffield. Also Danielle Jones. Fans will have the second game of our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader coming up about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this contest. As a foul, and that will be the 4th one on Merriweather. Well away from the basket, trying to defend D. Hayward. And so that will force Burden to come back into the lineup for Merriweather. Carlson to inbound it to Hayward. Carreras to Carlson for 3, no good. And the rebound is out of bounds. 2 Georgia Southwestern players right around that ball, but neither could secure it. Carlson to Rakowska for 2, in and out, no good. Rebound, Sheffield for Georgia Southwestern. McSwain out. Ball's deflected by Burden. Rebound, loose ball by the Pirates, and Carlson misses the short jumper, and again, offensive rebound for the Pirates. That's now 17 turnovers for the Hurricanes. Carreras drives in and is fouled by Sheffield. Fouls really starting to mount up now for Georgia Southwestern. You see a little bit now the tired legs. You've been on the road trip. They had to go down to St. Augustine, play on Saturday, stayed down there, came here for a Monday game.
You got a bunch of young players, long trips like that, games way out of reach, and you're just, as a coach, you just hope they try to keep fighting and hustling. That's all you can really ask. But these last 15 minutes probably can't tick away fast enough for the Hurricanes.
Carreras misses the first free throw, makes the second. 53-14, 5 minutes in here in the second half, 15 minutes to go. McSwain gives off to Morrow. Morrow drives, shoots, and it's blocked by Rakowska, but a foul is called. And that will send Morrow to the line for 2. Georgia Southwestern just 2 points in the first 5 minutes of the second half. We've reached our first media timeout of the second half. Pirates lead at 53-14. have it overall, which is 26. As we come back from the break, it will be Kelly Morrow at the line for Georgia Southwestern with 2 free throws. First free throw is good. 53-15 our score, 14:43 to go in the half, and Morrow has her first point of the evening. Second free throw is no good, and Rakowska gets the rebound for the Pirates, loses the ball, and that's going to be a jump ball, which will give it to Georgia Southwestern. Morrow around a screen to Sheffield. That pass is deflected. Pirates end up with the steal. Credit Rakowska with that steal. Her pass, or Hayward's pass to Rakowska results in a missed basket. Rebound Morrow for Georgia Southwestern. Jones to the rim, no good. Brianna Davis with the rebound. Carreras hands off to Carlson, over to Davis. Now Carlson to Carreras for 3, no good. Rebound Georgia Southwestern with Sheffield. McSwain out to Morrow, out to Sheffield. Now Love with it. Ball deflected again, and the Pirates will get the steal. Hayward ahead to Carlson, wide open for the layup, and that's good. Pirates now 19-2 in points off of turnovers.
That's pretty good.
And another ball deflected, but it ends up in Sheffield's hands, but Sheffield dribbles it off of a Pirate player out of bounds. Stays with the Hurricanes.
Coach, leave Carlson in. She's pushing 20. 17 points, Tyler Carlson, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 for 3 from three-point range.
Three-pointer, no good. Hannah Bognar, who just checked in, gets the rebound. Hayward to Klawicki McNutt. Lobs it in for Bognar, who lays it up and scores. So Bognar on the scoreboard now.
Rimbert and D. Hayward.
Short 2 is good for Danielle Jones. Just the 6th field goal for the Hurricanes, 57-17.
Come on, D, take it to the hole.
Davis to Klawicki McNutt, 12:23 to go in the half. Now gives back to Hayward. Hayward back to Klawicki McNutt. Wide open for 3, that's no good. Hayward.
Good hustle.
Good hustle for the rebound. Bognar to Davis. Davis lobs it in for Bognar, and Bognar is fouled. 7th team foul, but she was in the act of shooting anyway, so Bognar will have 2 free throws. Bognar with 2 free throws. First free throw is good. McSwain and Walker back into the lineup. Second free throw, good as well. Pirates have really shot well from the line, right around 77%, 16 of 21. They're getting making them, but they're also getting opportunities. Walker for McSwain, who lays it up and scores. McSwain now with 8. 59-19.
Still playing hard as the Hurricanes are still battling.
Davis for 3 is no good, but Bognar gets the rebound. Hayward goes in, bounces it to Bognar. Her short 2, rims around, no good. Rebound Walker for Georgia Southwestern. Left open, 3-pointer up and no good. And the rebound comes down to Chloe McNutt. That was Love as that pass just sails towards the Pirates' side of the floor. And head coach Matt Schmidt wants a timeout to talk about it. 11:03 to go. 30-second timeout.
Nice and calm there. She had it all the way.
So out of the 30-second timeout, Pirates have the basketball. 11 minutes to go. Chloe McNutt looking inside for Bognar, but gets it out to Hayward. Hayward tries to feed it to Bognar, but there's a mess of Hurricanes there getting the steal. Then Hayward comes back and knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with Georgia Southwestern.
Chad, it looks like you have to go back to the 93-94 season in Peach Belt play, where the Pirates held Lander to 35 points in the 83-35 win. I can't say I was at that one.
I don't think a lot of people were. 3-pointer no good, and rebound to Walker. Her shot is no good. Bognar gets the rebound for the Pirates. Rakowska gives off to Hayward, and Rakowska looked like she was swatting some flies around there, trying to lose her player. Georgia Southwestern still playing hard, though. As Chloe McNutt puts it up off the glass, no good. Bognar gets the rebound and gets called for the foul.
And that's a credit to them, because they could have easily packed this up, but they're still trying to create something. They're still scrapping defensively. And so, you know, I guess the silver lining in this one is that when you leave here today, so at least our kids are still going at it here.
Walker out to Jones. Now floater is good for Kayla Dayton. She scored the first basket of the game for the Hurricanes, been silent since. And it's 59-21. Rakowska around a screen, gives it out to Chloe McNutt. Davis behind the back, floats it up off the glass, scores. It's flashes like that from Davis that you saw how she was really taking over games and dominating games early this year, and you're waiting to see it come back for the Pirates. As a high arcing 3 is good for Danielle Jones. The Hurricanes were 0 for 12 from 3-point range before that one finally fell for the Hurricanes. And it's 61-24. Rakowska from the elbow, no good, but there's Davis with the rebound. Rakowska drives, gets it to Bognar. At 19 on the shot clock, 8:38 on the game clock. Rakowska left open for 3, good.
Rakowska now with 7.
To go with 7 rebounds. And a carry called against Danielle Jones. We'll get subs for both teams. For the Pirates, a pair of new post players, Carreras and Rimbert, into the game. 3 players for the Hurricanes. We've reached a media timeout. 8:22 to go. Pirates lead at 64-24. Tyler, sure. Yeah, we'll do it in that back room. Chad Jackson, Eric Faulkner with you here at Alumni Arena. Armstrong leads Georgia Southwestern 64-24. Pirates with the basketball. Tyler Carlson back into the game. Game high 17 points, season high 17 points for the junior. Brianna Davis inside for Marissa Rimbert. Rimbert for 2, no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Dayton was surrounded all by herself and just couldn't secure the rebound. It went out of bounds. Davis inbounds it to Carreras. Now Rimbert puts it up and can't get it to go. And the rebound comes down to the Hurricanes. Sheffield out to Dayton, now inside, back out to Jones for 3, no good, and Davis will get the rebound for the Pirates. Rakowska free throw line, inside for Rimbert. Rimbert hard off the glass is no good. She's trying to get onto the board.
Yeah, gotta get on the board.
Interesting right now on the floor that Carlson is your point guard. Neither Coney nor Hayward are on the floor right now for the Pirates. A little added dimension to her game, being able to handle the point. That's one of the things you do in coaching is you got these opportunities, you can look at something like that.
Sure, that's what you got to do at this point is find out some things.
And a foul as Davis had lost the basketball and Sheffield just kind of pushed her out of the way to try and get to the loose ball. So Davis will shoot 1 and 1.
Looking forward to the men's game. Armstrong men 5 and 2 in the Peach Belt, been hot as of late.
Tied for first right now in the Peach Belt
and
in the Eastern Division.
Georgia Southwestern comes in 3 and 5, but every game's tight on the men's side, seems to be.
Well, you saw that on Saturday where Columbus State came in. They were 2 and 5 in the Peach Belt and really gave the Pirates all they could handle. It was a real physical game there till the end. Davis free throw, good. She'll have one more. And you start to see some things that are happening around the league with other teams, and you start thinking, you know, the longer you stay in first, the longer you might take that first seed in the conference tournament and start thinking about the postseason. Carreras blocks the shot of Burden. It's out of bounds off of the Pirates.
Is the format still the you had a home game? And,
no, it's top 8. Top 4 from each division go to one spot.
Okay.
So right now, the Pirates would be either the 1 or 2 seed, and everyone plays on the first day. Three-pointer up and no good. Rimbert gets the rebound. Here come the Pirates, 3-on-2 break, and Carlson will back it out. And loses the basketball. Steal by Morrow, 2-on-1 break. Morrow shoots it up, no good, and rebound comes down to Carreras.
Carlson with 17 points, 5 boards.
Carreras drives, lays it up, and
Good
scores.
move by Carreras, working from her left to the right.
5:52 to go. Morrow to McSwain. She'll try a 3, that's good.
McSwain with 11 of the 27 points for Georgia Southwestern. There's 5:33 left here in this game.
Carlson will answer, and that one's no good, but there's Rakowska with the rebound, and then she stepped out of bounds with the basketball. And apparently said something amusing to Brianna Davis on her way back down the floor.
Perhaps in Polish.
68-27. About the only drama left in this one is we start to look at the record books. The three-pointer no good. Davis with the rebound. The largest win margin of victory for the Pirates at Alumni Arena is 45. And then, as you said earlier, Eric, the least amount of points that the Pirates have given up to a Peach Belt opponent is 35, though, with 5 minutes left. That one looks like it might not fall because Georgia Southwestern's made a couple of three-pointers here. Rimbert goes in for the layup and scores, so she's on the board. And Dee Hayward.
Dee's always looking to pass the ball. She
Yes.
needs to take a shot.
Is the only one left as the 2 is good for
She hasn't attempted
Burden.
a field goal in this game, so somehow I need to get that message to her. I'll try telepathy.
Hayward to Davis. Davis is
Ooh,
fouled.
hard.
And that will send Davis again to the line for 1-and-1. 9th team foul on the Hurricanes. Bognar back in for the Pirates. Merriweather and Jones back in for the Hurricanes.
Davis has that quick first step, Chad. You know, when we saw it earlier, and it just kind of seemed like lost a little bit of confidence in her shooting touch. But hopefully get it back because she has the tools to be a big difference maker. And that's kind of what I think Coach Schmidt expected. That's kind of what we saw early on.
Well, and you as a coach know that when you get transfers,
it takes some time.
You got a lot of times their better year is their second year over their first year. Davis makes 1 of 2. McSwain drives, puts up the shot, and it's no good. But Merriweather's there for the rebound. It's blocked by Bognar, but a foul is called.
You made a good point. Sometimes it's like freshmen. Sometimes freshmen can come in freshman year and just seem like they've been here for 3 years, and sometimes it takes a year under the belt. Transfers are the same way. It's a new environment, new team, you know, new offensive plays, and defensive sets and things like that. It sometimes take time.
Cabrina Merriweather with 2 free throws here. She makes the first. Second free throw good as well. So a better second half here for Georgia Southwestern, and it had to be after pretty miserable first half. But the Pirates really have kind of kept the scoring margin as Hayward loses the basketball. It's knocked out of bounds by the Hurricanes. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 71-31. So it was a 38-point lead at halftime, and it's now a 40-point lead as Hayward will go in for the layup, and everyone has scored.
Everyone scores. Everybody hits.
McSwain underneath the basket, kicks it off. Three-pointer on the way, and no good.
That's probably something that doesn't happen quite frequently, especially playing the amount of players that have played tonight.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty much not only every player, but it's also every dressed out player.
Yeah,
there are
everyone.
certain games, obviously, where if you play only 8 or 9, you have a good chance of everyone scoring. But lob into Rakowska. She has to save it, does so, and gets fouled from behind on the shot attempt, and she'll go to the line for 2. But the Pirates dressed out 11 tonight, and all 11 have found the scoreboard. Rakowska with 7 points, 9 rebounds. Her first free throw is good. And that's the thing about the balanced scoring is you have 17 from Carlson, but you've
only
got
only one in double figures.
But you got Wells with 9, Coney with 7, Davis with 7, Rakowska with 9, Kloikimena with 8.
Sure,
you got people right on the cusp where if they had stayed in the game,
they would have. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they would have gotten
a little different
figures.
than the Francis Mary game, but they played throughout.
Rakowska steals the basketball from McSwain. Under 3 to play. Hayward gives it to Rakowska. She drives around, lays it up, and scores. Just rolls that thing off the back rim, and she is now in double figures.
And like we said, she kind of fell off after her big performance, so she's had a nice night tonight. One more rebound, and she'll have a double-double.
Hand check foul against the Pirates. It's only the 5th team foul for Armstrong, so ball out of bounds to Georgia Southwestern. Rimbert in, Bognar out. Georgia Southwestern inbounds it. Sheffield, 2:27 to go. Over to McSwain. Lob goes inside. Merriweather will put it up, no good, and Rimbert gets the rebound for the Pirates. Hayward to Carreras. Carreras to Rimbert. Rimbert can't get it off the front of the rim. Rebound's tipped, and this should be an easy layup. Oh, but it's blocked by Rakowska and out of bounds.
Anything but easy.
Well, Sheffield got caught. She drove into Rakowska, and she was underneath the basket when she tried to put that shot up. So it was an easy block for Rakowska. And the Pirates take over.
Yeah, a little Rakowska with the size advantage really altered Sheffield's drive to the basket as well.
Davis to Carreras. She'll drive, lob it into Rimbert. Rimbert off the bottom of the backboard, but she was fouled, and she will shoot 2. Pirates have 5 blocked shots tonight, and not just from Bognar.
So yeah, 31 points, 35 is the point total
defensive
record, so it's possible. 126 left.
Carlson in for Davis. Block shots tonight, 2 for Bognar, 1 from Rimbert, 1 from Carreras, and then 1 from Rakowska, which just happened at the other end. Rimbert's second free throw, good as well. Sheffield to Morrow, 1:16 to go. Lob goes out and it's stolen by Carreras. Carreras read it well. 23rd turnover for the Hurricanes as we are at the 1-minute mark of the ball game. Ball deflected, but Rimbert runs it down. Carlson is going to drive, lobs it in. That's deflected, and Carlson gets it back. And that one is stolen by Burden. 42 seconds left. McSwain for 3 is good. So McSwain ends up with 14. The Pirates can run it down to 7 on the game clock as Hayward brings it across. Lobs it into Rimbert, who lays it up. Can't get it to go. Ball deflected Hurricanes come up with it. McSwain wants to go all the way to the rim. Hands it off. Three-pointer by Sheffield is no good. McSwain with the rebound, and she is fouled with 4 seconds left. So if McSwain makes both free throws, the Pirates do not get the defensive record. If she makes one, then the Pirates tie for the largest win in Alumni Arena history. First free throw is good. Like you said, second half, Pirates scored 40 in a good first half, but scored 39 here in the second half, again, where the lack of concentration that we've seen in the Pirates' past games did not come and rear its ugly head tonight. Pirates win it 79-36 and improve to 7-8, 2-6 in the Peach Belt. Georgia Southwestern 3-13, 1-8 in the Peach Belt. 25 minutes from now, the Pirates will host Georgia Southwestern in men's action here at Alumni Arena.